Yeah. Yeah, you should always wear gloves.
Well, that's one way to do it, right?
You should never leave the house without gloves.
Yeah.
So my friend and his wife came by my house, and I had my bike apart a little bit, but I never got the front wheel off to make sure it was balanced. But he came by on his Harley. She rides a Kawasaki. It's an interesting bike. I like her bike. I rode it home from Reno to her house. It's like a cruiser. It's like a sport cruiser. Very interesting. You know, I'm not a street bike guy, really, but I was like, this is cool. I mean, comfortable, and I'm just not really into that. You know, I traded in a Duke 390, which I really liked. You know, a 390 really doesn't have enough oomph when you're out and about, especially if the wind is blowing. So if the wind's blowing hard and going crazy, yeah, the 390 was hurting. Like, it had a 6-speed transmission, and if the wind was blowing 40 miles an hour on the freeway, I couldn't keep it in 6th gear. I had to keep downshift into 5th and speed back up to 70, and then, yeah, you know, I kind of wish I would have kept that bike. I mean, you know, when you go and trade stuff in, they're like, oh yeah, we'll give you what you want for it. And then when you get home with your new bike and the paperwork, it's like, oh, we tagged a warranty onto your new bike. It only cost you $2,000. So, and you're like, what? I didn't ask for a warranty. $2,000, you know, so my Duke was worth about $4,000, and I ended up getting probably $2 something for it, you know. It kind of ticked me off, actually, but that's the way it is. You know, they always pull stuff on you. So, yeah, not to lose my train of thought, but this bike is pretty cool. I mean, it's comfortable. Yeah, there's gravel on this road. I knew there was. There always is. And holes. And they're working on it. So there's dirt. But anyway, I'm pretty impressed with her bike. It's pretty cool. So we're just out for a little ride, going on the same road you saw in my last video, but you know, they're always good roads. So I think we're going up to Virginia City, then we'll probably go down Geiger Grade. But you know, I got up to, well, my temperature on the bike says 50. At my house, it said it was almost 60. It said 58 or something. It feels warmer than 50, I'll tell you that. But it's nice. So we'll see what they want to do. We will check it out. Alrighty.
I built.
Yep.
I built so many of those.
I bought and rode one of those before they were even popular. Nobody rode it except me. I mean, Europeans, they always did cafe racing.
I almost ended up with some European bike.
Alrighty. Yeah, we just stopped for a minute. I think they were going to get a drink. But, you know, as you saw, 6 Mile Canyon kind of has some water and stuff on it, so and, yeah, I didn't finish my sentence, of course. There was some water on it. Sides of the road had, you know, snow. And actually some chunks of ice on the pavement that's not melted. And it was 44 degrees. I'm like, yeah, you know, it's going to cool off really fast. Shouldn't hang out too long in Virginia City, especially if we're going down that road. You know, because, yeah, if the ice isn't melting on the side of the road, on the black asphalt, yeah. Just gotta be careful. That's the one thing about riding in winter. You know, last week we went down 6 Mile Canyon and there wasn't any water and stuff, but I think I mentioned it in my video, like Geiger Grade. Just gotta be careful. Some of these roads don't get sunshine. There ain't no sunshine when she's gone. yeah, so some of these sections of road don't get any sunshine in the winter. So, you know, the slush and ice kind of stays on the road. Even, you know, even if it's a day like today where it's 50, 55 degrees, even 60 degrees, you can have those areas where the sun doesn't shine. It'll have slush and stuff in them. Come around the corner and you're in that slush. Doesn't bother a car at all, but sure does bother your motorcycle. And there's actually more snow up here than I even realized. You know, so you can see the landscape just kind of dotted with snow. So I didn't even realize there was that much snow since our ride last week. But it's good, you know, that you can get out and ride. You know, I watched a couple of videos today, some British guys. It says, should you ride when you're older? Are you too old to ride? And, you know, they had a whole lot of valid points. They're like, no, you need to do something to stay active. Motorcycling will keep you alert. You know, you have to stay alert. And so it'll keep your mind alert, you know, so... But getting out and riding, you know, is an activity that'll help to keep you younger. You know, street riding mostly, I guess, would get your butt tired. That's why I like dirt bikes. So you get the leg exercise. I know the guy was giving some of his preferences, and he said, you know, he was talking about street bikes though, but he was like, yeah, it's good to have a bike that you can be flat-footed with. I'm like, yeah, that would be good, but can't do that with a dirt bike. And then he's like, you need to be able to throw your leg over it without, you know, using the side stand. And I'm like, well, I disagree with that. You know, I use my side stand, my kickstand all the time to mount my bike and save my hips for those instances where you really gotta, hike your leg up if you're out in the dirt, get in the ditch, losing your balance, and you gotta get hiked sideways. You don't want to wear out your hips before you get in that situation. So as long as I can use my stand and you're not bending it, the bike can support you. The bike can support you and the motorcycle, but when you get on your bike, I kind of put my foot on the foot peg and stand straight up. You don't pull on the bike so you're putting all the weight on the stand. I almost kind of unweight the kickstand as much as I can when I get on my bike, especially my dirt bikes. But when I'm out in the dirt, there's a lot of places, you can pick to stop or to start where, you can pull up next to where you can see a higher spot, and then it's easy to throw your leg over or off. But usually on this bike, I've always got something on the back. So, it's not like you can actually throw your leg over the bike. You kind of got to lift it up and go over the seat, because you've got a pack on the back of the bike. This road's always fun. It's always fun. So just for my rant and ride, I saw this morning where I guess California is passing laws that you can't have throttle assisted e-bikes, electric bicycles. So they're going to have pedal assist up to 20 miles an hour. But you cannot have a throttle assist. So they're talking about completely removing stupidest thing you ever heard of. You can go buy a motorized moped that goes 35 miles an hour, and you can ride that moped without a license. Can't go over 35, but you can get a moped that goes 35 and ride it without a license. But now they're going to restrict electric bikes to go 20 miles an hour, and you can't have a throttle assist. It's kind of like something's wrong here. I mean, there's no common sense anymore. People are just getting stupider every day. I just don't get it. So, if they bring a law like that to Nevada, and I just bought my electric bicycles. I guess I'll go back to mopeds. Whatever. Just stupid. But that's my rant. I can say people are getting stupider without actually calling a person stupid. You know who you are. There's no common sense in the world anymore. They want you to buy electric cars and all that, but then they're going to keep you from riding your electric bicycle. Right. Okay. Yep. That reminds me, I gotta get out on my electric bike. I should go up to Como again. Gotta start doing that. Yes, sir. So that's my rant. What are you ranting about, G? This Kawasaki's cool. I'm not a Harley fan, but look at that Kawasaki. It's a cruiser, but it's called the Sport Cruiser. So it has a fairing, you know, it has forward pegs, but that thing's really comfortable. It really is. Pretty cool little bike. Okay, so we're almost home. Just a little quick ride. Every day that ain't raining, or is it 32 degrees? I mean, you can ride in 32 degree weather, but I don't think I'd feel like going very far. I gotta get into El Dorado Canyon and see what that looks like. I still haven't did my clutch on my 250, so should only take a couple hours, maybe not even that long, maybe longer, but change the clutch plates. Change the clutch plates. And then get into El Dorado. You know, there's probably water in there now, maybe. I know there'll be mud. There's always some mud, maybe. Kind of low on water this year, though. Get him, Reevy, get him.